Hi, I'm Michael Caplan, and I am an associate professor in the Department of Cinema and Television Arts. I've been teaching at Columbia for 19 years, and most of my focus has been on producing classes, documentary classes, some graduate study classes, and foundation classes. My own personal work is focused on documentary, which is what I've been doing for about the last 20 years. One of the things that I've noticed in the years that I've been making documentaries is that the documentary form is something that is really not been explored that much from a creative standpoint. Since I began making my own documentaries, I realized that there's a lot of potential for making them, drawing on the traditions from the history of cinema in documentary is something that I think is really exciting, and that's something that I try to do in my work and that I try to teach to my documentary students. One of my pet peeves is that people call things that are shot for documentaries B-roll. When you don't see someone being interviewed, they say, you know, let's put in some B-roll. And that to me means it's not as important. But B-roll to me sometimes is the most important part of the film, and it's the visuals that you see when you're not seeing someone being interviewed, and in some cases that can be the entire film. I started thinking about visuals a lot more when I made my first documentary about 20 years ago. This was a film I was making about my father, who was a refugee from the Nazis. And I had grown up seeing documentaries about the Holocaust, about the Nazis, and you always saw the same footage of concentration camps, Nazis being very militaristic, and I thought there was something else that we could do to illustrate what was going on. In this case, it was a very personal story about my father, and so I really focused a lot more on visuals that came from my dad's photo album, from other sources that were not so much directly what we call on the nose. You know, you hear Nazi, you see Hitler, but what if you hear Nazi and you see a shot of a barbed wire fence? Those are the kind of things that I think are really make documentaries a little more lively. One of the most exciting things that's happened in the last 2 years at Columbia is that a number of documentary teachers have banded together to create an interdisciplinary major for documentary. So when we formed this major, we really are putting out this belief that says that nonfiction storytelling is so powerful that it can't just stay in one department. It has to kind of spread out to a number of other majors. And it's becoming very popular, which is really exciting to us. So here's hoping that a lot more will happen as our students start to graduate in the years ahead and hopefully change the nature of storytelling in the nonfiction world.